guys, just Karina here from IDO Digital. I thought I'd quickly hop into the group and say hey, especially because we have lots of new members and Hayley and I have been so buried in it that we haven't really even introduced ourselves. So Karina here from IDO Digital. Perhaps I'm catching you on your lunch break if you're at work. So say hey if you happen to see this video. I am wearing a fur vest today. Maybe overkill for Sydney, but it's really cold in my study where I work. And Hayley and I are actually off on a trip to Melbourne tomorrow to speak at a Google Partners Connect event, which we're extremely excited about. But I think we might have to pack a few woolies down there, and we only have carry-on tickets, so it might be that we have to wear a few jackets on the plane at the same time. Oh hey Hayley, there's my little co-founder there jumping in. So I just wanted to quickly chat to you guys about something that came up in last night's huddle in Google Domination, which is the SEO e-course that I run. And we have these huddles weekly where we discuss pain points and kind of roadblocks and work out ways to overcome them. And one thing that came up, which then came up again on a call today with the client, so I thought I'd address it, was all around DA, or domain authority, not development application, development assessment. I'm talking about the DA of the online world, which is domain authority. So basically, every website gets assigned a domain authority. So that's a score, and it's actually not given out by Google. Most people think that, but it's actually assigned by software called Moz. And so Moz is basically SEO software, and Moz will calculate a score based on the authority of a website and give you that score, which Google then looks at and recognizes you as a site that's got lots of authority or not so much. And it's a huge ranking factor as well. So how do you know what a good domain authority is? How do you know what your domain authority is? I say DA, it rolls off my tongue, and I forget all the time that you know, a lot of people haven't even heard about a DA and don't know how to go and find what theirs is. So when you have a brand new website, you actually have a DA of 1. So you never have a 0, so that's awesome. And a domain authority can go up to 100. Obviously, Google has a 100. Something like Facebook, they've got high 90s. If you're looking at a media outlet, something like the Huffington Post, their domain authority is around 92. So once you've been online for a while, you know, around the 6-month mark, your domain authority will increase just naturally, just because of the age of your domain, especially if you're spending some time optimizing your website. So in 6 months time, your domain authority can increase from a 1 till about a 13, 14, 15. If you've done quite a lot of work optimizing your website, you can get upwards of 20. So commonly I'm asked what is a good domain authority for a brand new website, or if you're starting out. If you see any movement and it ticking up, then you're doing a really good job. Now, Moz releases updates to domain authority every few months. It's one of those things where it's a vague date and suddenly you'll see that your score has either increased or decreased, but it's normally every few months. And you know, a good score for a small business website is somewhere between the late 20s to 30s mark. So that's what you should be shooting for with your website. Obviously, if you're a big company, a big business, or a media outlet, you can, you know, go onwards and upwards from that. But the way to check what your domain authority is because it is actually assigned by Moz, is to check it through Moz. So you can sign up to a free account there, but you can also download a handy extension toolbar, and that way you always have it sitting at the top of your browser. So they have a Firefox or a Chrome extension, and it means that for any website that you visit, you automatically can click in and see what the domain authority of that website is. And it gets quite addictive, not even just when you're looking at your competitors, but you're just generally browsing online. I love to always go and check out what the DA is of a website, and often I'm surprised because, you know, I think we forget that a company actually could be have a great brand and you know, be a very big company but might not have their SEO sorted. So occasionally, you know, I'm on what is a website of a bigger retailer and notice that their domain authority is less than some of the websites that I'm working on, you know, on a daily basis, which is typically for smaller businesses. And I think, you know, they're kicking ass with their SEO and these companies obviously aren't. So that's a way that you go and check it, just to head to Moz and download. Now, the next question is how to improve it. So naturally your domain authority does increase over time, kind of like, you know, a good wine, it just ferments with age. And so you can naturally get increases, but you can also force the increase of your domain authority, and that's typically via link building. So that's getting some quality websites that have a higher domain authority than you linking to your website. And that's why people get obsessed with guest blogging, because they want those links back to their website to drive up their domain authority, which will then drive up their website, websites ranking in Google. But I think that one of the most underutilized opportunities with link building is looking at your existing network and partnerships and what suppliers or partners that you can reach out to who are already in your space that might have a more established website with a higher domain authority that you can utilize for a link back to your site. If you add perhaps a trusted partners section, or you do like a guest blogging exchange. The key here is to make sure that whatever website you're getting an inbound link from, that they have a higher domain authority than you. Now, if you're just starting out and you have a brand new website, then chances are they will, and that's because, you know, you start off with a 1. But you do want to make sure that anyone that's linking to you is actually boosting you and not, it's called leaking link juice. So if you start to link out to websites that actually are worse off than you, then you can be linking out your link juice. So you've got to kind of preserve that. So a lot of weird and technical terms around DA and link juice, but that's basically it. It's a score that you get from 1 to 100. You start with a 1, you're looking to increase it over time. If you're in the late 20s, early 30s, you're doing a magnificent job, and you can increase it by concentrating on link building and getting quality inbound contextual links to your website, which is commonly done through partnerships or guest posting. So hopefully that clears up what a domain authority is. You can check it out at moz.com and get their free toolbar, all free. And if you're interested, you know, to know more, we cover all link building techniques and uncovering how your website is performing right now, including domain authority, in our Google Domination course, which is actually how this question or this topic came up in the first place, because we were discussing it last night and then it came up this morning with a client who has a brand new website and obviously has a domain authority of 1 right now. So any 2 websites that are identical, have the same number of pages, have you know, are targeting the same keywords, you know, the website that has the higher domain authority will always rank above the one that doesn't. So that's where it comes into play, and it's really important. So you can actually have identical copy, everything, but it could just be the secret sources in the domain authority. The next Google Domination course is kicking off on Monday, May 29, so that's in a week and a half. Spots are filling up pretty quickly. I'm running this Google Domination back to back with the last one just because there has been such a demand for this. And we cover all these sorts of things. We have a group huddle where we catch up and talk about any roadblocks, including, you know, how on earth do I increase domain authority? And I offer some customized, personalized advice. So for anyone that's new to the group, welcome. Hayley and I might do a Facebook Live from Melbourne at the end of the week. Extremely excited to attend the Google Partners event as well, where there's 2 speakers from Google, and we'll be getting the latest and greatest from Google, and they don't reveal very much. There's a lot of guesswork when it comes to SEO and Google, and you know what Google is prioritizing and looking for at the moment. So it will be really great to get that information direct from Google tomorrow morning in Melbourne, where we'll also be speaking. So In the meantime, I'm going to chuck the link for Google Domination in the comments. If you have any questions about Google Domination, the SEO e-course, or if you just have any general questions about SEO, either myself or one of the knowledgeable marketers in this group will able to assist you. And hopefully, yeah, you're having a lovely Tuesday today and staying rugged up. In my will invest I am. It's sunny, but it's pretty cold. So yeah, until next time, yeah, I'll see you later on.